as always, Samantha Jett, and this is Offensive Healing. Go grab your water, go grab your doobie, get your box if you might need it, however you might need to do it, and let's get this kumbaya together. Go ahead and pour my water. The seasons are changing, you guys. The weather is getting nice again. The daylight savings time has officially taken a hold on the world, I believe, because we're all feeling the twitterpation of this beautiful weather we've been having here, especially here in Michigan. I don't know about you guys. As always, we're going to start with a spark. February was a little bit rough, you guys. It was not that bad, but it was a little bit rough as far as trying to stay productive. I had a lot to do and a lot going on, and I just felt completely overwhelmed the entire month of February. I am feeling better now. I'm feeling a little bit more with it, a little bit more with the program. I think what it was is the strange winter we've been having here has left me a little the last 3 weeks of February. Excuse me. I had really gotten excited about the warm weather because we had a couple warm days here, and I had gotten super excited, and I was like, okay, cool, here we go, we can start doing all these things. Well, in Michigan, we always get some really nice warm weather before we get another snow or a frost, and true to form, that's exactly what happened. So I was trying to be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna remember that, we're getting another fucking frost, so don't get too excited. Well, your bitch got excited. So I started to notice that I was falling down a little bit of a seasonal slump, a little seasonal depression, if you will. Not even seasonal. It was more atmospherical. Seasonal depression is a real thing. People suffer through it, and it is a bitch, to be honest with you, because what it is it's the long winter months that actually end up leaving us feeling blue and down, and it's mostly because we're not getting our sun, our vitamin D that we need, the mandula oblongata, fucking, what's his name, Waterboy's mama said, it come from magic rays of sunshine, Coach Klein. Okay, but now we're starting to feel the break. It's March 13th, 2024. It is officially 313 Day. Happy birthday, Detroit. It's not even happy birthday, Detroit. It's just Detroit Day 313. If you know, you know. I've been steadily working in the workshop, getting new lotion scents, new soap scents and stuff ready to go. If you haven't, please do go to healingfae.com, healingfaellc.com, and check out what we have to offer in our merchandise stores. It's not even merchandise stores, it's a lotion company. I own a lotion company, and I developed a healing formula for skin irritations and a sunburn and different things. Okay, so I had kind of came up with a little concoction, if you will, and it went great. Well, I've been wanting to develop a line of product that smells really good, and it's really fruity, that stuff that we put it on you, makes people go, what's she wearing, that kind of deal. So I found a company that was able to facilitate the needs I need for this new journey I'm headed on. So it kind of consumed me a little bit, not to mention my ability to slack kicked in. It's every time I get a really good idea to do something, it's instantaneously the sloth mentality kind of creeps in on me, and I find myself sitting on the couch doom scrolling instead of getting the fuck up and doing what I need to be doing. That probably, it's probably been a month since I last released, so no, realistically probably the entire month, this last 3 weeks, I have been in that mode. I had, at first it was, I want to come up with a new formula, so then I developed my new formula, and then I had to buy the ingredients, and then I had to wait for them to be shipped, and then once I got them, then I had to do some more research, because I don't know if anybody else goes through this kind of I do so much research, and I'm always like learning new things that I'm forgetting what I know until I get into the situation where I need to apply what I've learned and what I know into the situation, and then it just like kind of kicks in. But I was convinced that I didn't have enough, or I didn't have the idea. I don't know what I'm doing with this shit is what I was telling myself. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with this stuff. I ordered these new ingredients because my company definitely is one of those who doesn't believe in putting preservatives or chemicals into our product. The less on our body, the better. So I had been looking at like different recipes online, trying to think of changing my recipe, not for my original products, but for the new line, because I wanted to make something that was like the stuff you get at the store. Well, after getting the ingredients that I needed to make it, and the smell on those, you guys, I can't use it. So I'm not going to, and I'm like, all right. So then I spent like a week debating on what to do and how to do it, and then I asked a couple of friends their opinions and everything like that, so it kind of helped to point me in the right direction. But I was getting overwhelmed and I was getting lost, and I found instead of like trying to figure out where I was headed, it was just easier for me to not do it, which was not cool, because then I found myself obsessing over other little dumbass shit, little dumbass people and little dumbass shit. This is what I mean when I say we're perfect. You guys, we are aware of our fucking selves, and when we are aware of ourselves, we're able to dial it in and fix it and do different shit. That's why we're perfect, because we are always accountable for ourselves. I know that I've been on a spiral path for the last probably 4 weeks. It was a little bit of a struggle. I couldn't even listen to my enjoyment podcasts. I could not watch a movie. I didn't want to read a book. I was just like not comfortable in my skin, period. So it took a little bit of some work to get to a place where we felt better. Luckily, thankfully, I believe we're in that place now. And it's not going to be something that stays put. It's not like one of those things where you one and done. That's where I have my hang-ups and my problems, you guys. Why can't we just like one and done, fix the problem, and never have to go back to it again? Why do we have to keep going back and like readdressing, refixuating, reconquering, re-implementing? Why? You know why? Because it's ingrained in our brains, and it takes more than just one thought pattern to rewire the brain. It takes a lifetime of thought pattern to rewire the brain. But once you take the actual, stance for yourself and be like, no, I'm choosing to get through this, and I'm going to be happy, and I'm choosing to be able to maintain calm. That's kind of when things start to like I don't want to say they get easier. They don't get easier, okay? So like, by getting control of our emotions and our mental health and all of that thing like that, by getting control of it, we're taking back the power of our life, right? Which then in turn tells the universe that we're ready for our blessings. And then here's the thing too. Universe, once you think you are like, okay, cool, I'm starting to level up and I'm starting to get into the place I'm supposed to be at, the second that you get there is the second the motherfucking universe is going to throw some old ass shit your way, like some familiar old circumstance, situation, problem-ish. She's going to throw that at you so that way she can see if you're really ready. Because we can speak a good game, but if we turn around and let little things trigger us into being the lower vibrational character we once were, if we have little things that trigger us and we ended up reverting to our old selves, that's how we know we're not necessarily ready yet. And the universe isn't going to give us our blessings at that point, because they can tell you're not ready. They will test you. And I say they for universe because it's just easier, I guess, for me. But the second you think you're ready is the second you're going to get tested. The second you do the same shit you always did is the second you done blocked your fucking blessings, and now you got to regain and restart that all over again. And sometimes it could be just as simple as like, universe is trying to get you to realize that you need to accept help, or that you need to allow people in so that way you can, achieve the greatness that you're trying to. Because there's been plenty of times where I was like, God dang, I'm doing everything right. I haven't been doing this. I haven't been doing that. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. I've been meditating. I've been practicing all my things. But the reality is the second things got difficult or hard, there I would go reaching for my normal vices, my normal crutches, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I kind of came to realization. I was like, okay, well, I need to stop this type of behavior because there is no short term. There is no way you're going to be able to bypass the classes, okay? You can sit there and take the test all you want, right? And pass the test. You still need the credit for the fucking class. So you're still going to have to walk in that classroom every day and learn these lessons in life, and that's exactly what that is. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's like how we get to be better at what we do is by constantly challenging ourselves to handle things differently than we would have. You know, I know like that. What is that? What would Jesus do? WWJD or whatever. Well, why don't you WW yourself? You know, what would you do? And then do the opposite. That I know it sounds silly, but it's true. That's how I kind of look at it. Like me, I get frustrated, I get angry, I get irritated, overwhelmed. My natural reaction is to go grab for some sort of substance in some sort of way to be able to numb out so I didn't have to think about it. Well, guess what? I can't keep doing that. I'm going to have to eventually address why that triggers me and get over it. Not get over it in the sense of like not validate what happened, because what happened was something, obviously, whatever it was happened was traumatical to where I'm still, as an adult woman, carrying on the way I carry on. So, but once I realize that I'm being triggered by something, it is ultimately my responsibility to figure out why I let somebody else's shit spill onto me and affect me. Because if I was truly healed and truly all together, I would not be triggered by things. So that's how you know. Like, I don't take your triggers as like, oh, that means there's something wrong with them. Though no, take your triggers as a as a window into the problem. Like if you're having that type of reaction to whatever said situation or thing, chances are you need to go back and figure out whether it be jealousy, anger, hurt, abandonment, what is the emotion that you're feeling, and be like, okay, that sucked. But what they did or what that had nothing to do with me. It just happened to me. Do you know what I mean? It's like hard to explain it, but it's like, you got to be like, okay, so for instance, if like, okay, I have a hard time trusting people because I was abused. Well, I have to accept and know that the reason I feel like I can't trust anything is 100% a me problem, because I let one person, two people tops, did to me, poison my brain and my eyesight from the world. No, it's not easy to reprogram yourself and not see that everybody is bad because of what had happened. It's my responsibility to heal from it. That individual person chose to do this thing. That means they're going through their own thing, and that had nothing to do with me. It doesn't mean because I was bad or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. That person who did what they did could not control themselves, so they had to do what they had to do in order. And I can either let that action victimize me and, oh, I'm just innately bad because somebody once upon a time told me. No, I don't need nobody to tell me if I'm good or bad. I know what I am. And taking that kind of accountability for yourself and being able to hold on to that, I think, is the exact first and biggest step into fucking being aware of yourself. Yes, it hurt my feelings. Yes, it hurt me. But I didn't do anything to deserve it, and I didn't do anything wrong. So I'm okay. Because, I mean, God forbid I did something that actually caused that, and I actually had to do some work on myself. But sometimes, like, I'm good for saying, like, I can drive a man to hit me. I can drive a person to hit me. I got a fucking mouth on me that will make a fucking saint cry and cuss, okay? So with that being said, I don't get to be able to provoke and still be victim at the same time. So if somebody wants to try to tell me that I am something or treat me a certain type of way, it's up to me to believe them. So just sip your water. You can hear Tank it in the background. He wants to go outside and play. It's a beautiful day. I just wanted to jump on for a little bit and remind you, you guys, you don't need anyone to give you permission to be okay with yourself. Good, bad, and indifferent. You're allowed to be human, and you're allowed to give yourself grace. We're allowed to make mistakes. In fact, we're supposed to make mistakes. That's how we learn. Don't ever stop learning. Don't stop just keep moving on. But seriously, it's okay to be human. And it's totally okay to drop the ball, because guess what? When you drop it, you can find it and pick it back up and keep it moving. Dust it off and keep it moving. But the biggest thing you owe to yourself is to not miss out on living your life and loving yourself in the way that you deserve to be loved, because you're okay. We're not in control of other people. So if you're sitting there needing another person to love you the way you want to be loved, you need to stop that, because you're going to be waiting your whole life and you're not going to get nowhere, babes. We have to stop that shit. We have to start living now, today. It's a good do bag. This is a good do bag, guys. No, life doesn't start with somebody else. Life starts with you. And we are ultimately in control of our own shit. So, if we are in control of our own shit, that means we're in control of our own happiness and our own love. We just got to learn how to actually love ourselves. And then once we do get to that point where we're like totally into ourselves, that's when you're going to find everybody else starting to get into you too. And then, you know, when you start to get into yourself, it becomes contagious and you like inspire other people to want to be good, not for any other reason, but just to be good for themselves. Like main character energy, you know what I'm saying? Like I was listening to this thing and it was like, we're going into the era of, extra or something like that. Like, don't be afraid to put the fringe and the sequins on. And I mean that shit. Might tank it. No, don't wait on the validation of any of others. You need to go out there and do what you want to do. What do you want to do? Like, what does the person you look up to do? And then do that. It's not that hard. I mean, okay, I say that coming from this era, but it's really not that hard. But I think where the biggest problem is majority of us are really uncomfortable with loving ourselves that way. It's easier for us to abuse ourselves and neglect ourselves than it is to love ourselves, and that's what we have to work on. That's what we're going to have to change. Like I said before, 2024 is the era of you're welcome. So you're welcome, guys. Love yourself, and it's okay to be what you want to be. Whatever you want to be. Whoever you want to be. Dress whatever you want to dress. Do it all. Fuck the people who told us we shouldn't have been extra. Fuck the people who ridiculed us for not fitting in. Fuck all of that. Up the wazuzus with the banunus, and I don't give a fuck what anybody else says. I'm probably going to get ting ting down here for all my cussing, but I don't care because we cuss here. We're adults. We are real life people. We are real life humans. So yep, put some music on, go do something good for yourself, go do something you thoroughly enjoy. I don't care if you used to like skipping rope and coloring chalk outside when you were a kid. Go do that shit. Go do all of it. Kids, no kids, husband, no husband, wife, no wife, dog, no dog, whatever the situation is. You go and do everything that exactly that you want to do. Life is too short not to. And by doing those things that we were told not to do, like don't wear those pants, don't dress like that, don't put that glitter on, don't do this. You know what I mean? Like every time we were told to go do it, and every time you do it, you're healing a little piece and part of that fucking inner child. And then you're gonna find how light you become in your day-to-day being. You know, once you heal those parts, and it's not even like this weird dramatic ass shit like some people like to say it is. It's literally going back and doing the things that you got in trouble for. Like me growing up, because I wasn't allowed to wear makeup, do my hair, paint my nails, dress to my form, or any of that shit. So growing up as an adult, like literally to me, I judged every person that was able to do those things because I was programmed to think they were bad, and that meant something bad. I had to reprogram myself to ask myself what I felt was wrong, what I felt was right, and stop living based upon what was taught to me and start living based upon what I'm reteaching myself. It really does pay to reparent yourself, you guys. Because the day and age that we were raised in is not the day and age we're in now. And if we don't evolve, we become stagnant. We cannot become stagnant, guys. We cannot. Because one thing we're not is hypocrites. We are not hypocrites. We used to tell our grandparents and our parents that they didn't know shit because they weren't with the times and they weren't hip. Well, guess what? You better stay hip with it, or your kids are gonna end up saying that to you, or the youth is gonna end up saying that to you. Nope, that's I was scrolling through the TikTokums, and I came across Bunny, Jelly Roll's wife. She had a video, and she's like, "We're gangster parents raising suburban children," which is very true, because at the end of the day, like, what I had to go through, my kids won't. It doesn't even exist anymore. Like, down to the parenting styles that we were raised with. Those aren't even those. Majority of the 90s parenting that was allowed is considered abuse now. Not saying it's good or bad. That's another topic we're going to talk about. Another thing, I'm saying abuse is bad. Always do not abuse your children. I do not condone abuse. If you know somebody is being abused, please contact the authorities that you need to contact to help keep them safe and ensure their safety. We're not talking, but yeah, I had to put that disclaimer, but we're not talking about the extreme shits on this show. We don't do that. We keep it very general here. Not very general, but we're not talking extremes. Because if we want to talk extremes, I can doomsday this shit from here to Kingdom Come, and I'm not doing that. Because there's no sense in, if I sit there and I talk about worst case scenarios all the time, I'm going to bring that shit into my world, and I'm very well aware that what I think is what I see, and what I see is what I think. So therefore, my thought patterns are going to keep on a fucking even keel. I like unicorns and butterflies, motherfuckers. Unicorns and butterflies, okay? I'm very happy to be back on here recording with you guys. I've missed you. I have genuinely, in my whole heart, soul, missed you. Nope. We almost took a fucking slip. Ooh, child. Not like a slip, but like, I wanted to give up, man. There was a point in time where I was just like, you know what I mean? Let me jump back into the Matrix, so to speak. But I really don't want to be in the Matrix, you guys. I am enjoying myself. I'm very grateful. And not coming from a place of lack in my head anymore, and it's showing. Now, did I almost block everything because I didn't feel I was worthy enough? Yes. But I was able, midway through repeating same behaviors, and able to redirect it. Because it's okay to slip, it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay, you guys, we're only human. But being accountable for yourself is being able to see when you're doing those fucking slippery slopes and pulling it back the fuck in. So, yeah, that's what it's all about. And I was able to pull myself back in quicker this time than ever before, so I feel like I'm headed down to the right path. I am genuinely headed down a sober path. Right now, my biggest, not vice, we'll call it a vice, we can be honest, I guess. My biggest thing right now is alcohol. I don't want to consume any of it, period, zilch, nada, niente. But at the end of my day, I need a release. So I need to address and dive into what is exactly that I need the release from, and see if I can't get there in a way that's more conducive to my overall health. Because I'm not trying to get liver poisoning. I'm not trying to hurt my organs. I definitely don't want to cut my shit short. 20 years ago, I didn't want to get past 23. Now I want to see past 43. Do you know what I mean? So it's a beautiful thing that I have finally come into a place where I want to be here. I have remembered why I'm here and what the purpose is and what the point is, and now I want to be here, and I'm excited for this. So with that being said, I'm actively pursuing a whole sober life. Well, I'm not giving up weed, you guys. That is medicine. But I will stop smoking because it's not good for your lungs. But I will consume it by eating it, so that's a different topic altogether in general. So I found a couple new podcasts. One of them caught my attention, and it was really good. And it was actually suggested to me by Karen Kilgariff. I believe it was Karen Kilgariff. On the, is it Morbid or My Favorite Murder? Those two are so blended into my head. It's not even funny because they're my favoriteest podcast anyway. But one of the girls was suggesting this podcast and on sober living, and I went ahead and I downloaded it, and I've been like I had to go to the laundromat, and I had to go do a few things, so throwing my headphones on and just listening through some episodes was no problem, and it really caught my attention. At first, to be honest with you, the first time it came on, I had to rewind it because the girl's voice is so whimsical and everything that I thought I was listening to an ad. So that's even funnier. So it was so whimsical. I thought I was listening to a commercial for a sober program at first, so I ended up having to rewind it and go back and restart it. She had a beautiful voice. I kind of hung on every word she said, and it clicked and it made a lot of sense. So I kind of like started doing those little things, and then now today I went to go plug my headphones in and listen to my playlist. You know what I mean? I have Amazon Music, not sponsored by, and so every podcast I listen to or I follow, the newest episodes pop up so I can listen through all of them, right? Well, every single one was geared towards exactly what the fuck I've been talking about to myself. Like cognitive therapy, behavioral therapy, like different triggers, different like why we do these things as adults is because this and this. But you know what I mean? Like it's information that I need, because I need the information to be able to dissect my own life story, so that way I can seriously get over it. It's hard to get over shit, guys. And every time I think I'm over something, my ego mind pops back in and throws that shit right back in, and I dive into it. And then, but now I'm starting to catch it. Like, okay, nope, that's ego mind thinking. I'm dropping into. I need to stop. And then I redirect it, because I'm like, okay, well, I'm thinking like this because that happened to me before. All right, cool. I forgive that shit, man. It's okay. That shit doesn't even exist anymore. That's my newest favorite line. Is a lot of the stuff from the past not all of it from the past doesn't exist no more. So why we spend our time sitting in it now in the present moment is fucking beyond me. It's insane. And we can't do crazy shit. They'll lock us up, guys. We can't do crazy shit. I'm gonna link one of the episodes at the end of this video in the little like next video you can watch type deal at the end. So that way you guys can get a feel for what the hell I've been listening to and where I've been headed, so that way we can figure out where we're heading with this journey. Because like I've said before, this is just as much for you as it is for me, and it's just as much for me as it is for you. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we're all figuring out how to get through this fucking crazy time of life. We've never done this before. We've never been these people before that we are today. So we gotta like map this shit out and have like actual discussions. I'm sick of not having the discussion about it. Like, why can't we talk to each other in a way that is so frank and real that it inspires change and growth? That's what I'm saying. So with that note, you guys, no one's told you yet today I love you. I'm proud of you. You're doing one hell of a fucking job. Keep going. And go out there and do something good for yourself. Go read a book. Go drink your water. And please, take it easy. Till next time, I'm Samantha Jet. This is Offensive Healing, and I look forward to seeing you again.